Hello, welcome everyone to Zesa Wellness's Friday Live Chat. Today we're talking about creating the changes that you desire. And we'll wait a few minutes for others to join us before we get started. I hope you all are having a wonderful Friday. Here in Texas, we're enjoying some beautiful 70-degree sunny weather. So I can't complain today. Alrighty. Hello, everyone. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started, just for the sake of time today. For those of you that do not know who I am, my name is Ashley Hardcastle-Lopra, and I am the CEO and co-founder of Zesa Wellness. My co-founder and I created Zesa really with the intention to bringing mindfulness programs into the workplace and into our community in order to enhance organizational culture and also increase the overall happiness and well-being of every individual that we come encounter with. I just want to do a little recap for today, but before we get started, let's go ahead and just settle in together. We can start by just sitting tall if we're sitting. If we're driving, be sure to keep your eyes open. And let's just take a few deep breaths in through the nose. Really feel the belly fill with air. And exhale, either through the nose or the mouth. Just a couple more deep breaths. You can even sigh out the mouth. And if we want, we can rotate our neck in circles. Just do what feels good. Maybe switching sides. And just take a moment to really connect with ourselves. Okay, now opening the eyes and coming back. So this month we have been really investigating the topic of change. The first week in March we talked about what change was in dealing with unexpected changes, things that we really can't control. And then my three dived into how change affects the body and the stress that we can go through and what that does to our body and to our brain and kind of what we can do to combat some of the negative effects that unexpected change can have. Then my three talked about coping with changes when being laid off specifically, and just some pointers and things that we can do to deal with that change and influence that change. Today what we're going to talk about is mindfully creating the changes that we desire. When we change our thoughts, we change our life, period. When we change our thoughts, we change our life. And the amazing thing is, because we can always change our mind, we can always change our life. And this is where mindfulness practice, mindfulness training comes in. Mindfulness really does allow us to tune into ourselves, to explore who we truly are, to really separate our real self from our ideal self, and to see how far those two entities are, right? We all have who we truly are, and most of us have who we truly want to be. We have to separate fact from fantasy, and we really have to separate this real self versus the ideal self. If this is something that we're hesitant to do, if we really don't want to explore our true nature, who we really are, what our triggers are, what our temptations are, that's kind of a red flag that we're really avoiding change. Maybe we have some baggage that we don't want to get into, and this is where a therapist can definitely help. But if we're willing to dive into exploring who we really are, who we authentically are, mindfulness is such an amazing tool and technique that we can use to incorporate in our life, to give us tools that empower us to guide these changes that we want to see in our life. The amazing thing with mindfulness and mindfulness training is that it always allows us to redirect back to our center. When we get taken off on tangents, when we get triggered, when we get angry, when we feel emotions that perhaps we don't want to feel, mindfulness really allows us to redirect back to that authentic self. So the key with change, and the key with creating the changes that we desire, is to change ourselves. Not change other people, not change situations, but truly change yourself. So if we want any authentic and lasting change to occur in our life, it truly has to begin with ourselves, no one else. And if you want to be successful, let's say at quitting a particular behavior, smoking, or I don't know, yelling at your kids because you've been stuck in a house for a year with them due to COVID. Or if maybe you want to start something, you want to start a new job, a new career, you want to start a new exercise regime or eating a little bit healthy. Maybe you just want to modify something in your life. The first step into creating change is setting a meaningful intention. Now, not an intention like, I want to lose 20 pounds so I can fit into my bikini this summer. More like, I want to live a healthy lifestyle and I want to nourish my body. That is a meaningful, authentic intention. That is an intention that we can really, truly work towards without feeling guilty, without giving self-criticism through the journey of this change. So intentions are not resolutions, but intentions are meaningful ways to bring about the changes that we desire. They allow us to stay connected to our goal, to this change that we want. Intentions keep us grounded. They keep the perspective, and they become our anchor. So once we have this intention, we need to commit to it. We need to commit to action. But the kicker here, and the key here is anytime we want to change, there's going to be obstacles that come through this journey. And where mindfulness plays a great tool is through noticing. As we explore ourselves and our real self, we learn what our triggers are, what our temptations are, maybe even what our weaknesses are. And through mindfulness practice, we're able to train ourselves to notice that temptation, to notice that trigger as soon as possible, and then redirect ourselves back to that meaningful intention. So the key here is to notice when we're distracted, to notice when that intention is slipping away. And then because we have the power to change our mind at any time, we have the power to change our life. So just a quick overview of some steps we can take in order to change anything that we want to change in our life. Let's go ahead and just wrap it up today and finish with a meditation. I'd like to do a meditation today where we set an affirmation along with a particular intention that you have. Maybe you want to create a healthier lifestyle. Maybe you want a better relationship with your child or your stepchild, or maybe you want to find a new job. Whatever that change is that you're desiring, you can fill in the blank. So let's all settle in again together, finding a comfortable position for our meditation. And hello, everyone that has joined us today. It's so wonderful to see you all. All right, we can close the eyes, or we can leave them open and even have a soft gaze downward. Let's just bring the awareness to our breath, the inflow of the breath and the outflow. Just a couple more deep breaths in. And our affirmation for today: I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I want to change, and you fill in the blank. I have the power to change my life. I want to change, blank. I have the power to change my life. I want to change, blank. Anytime you get distracted, just bring the awareness back to the breath and back to your intention. I have the power to change my life. I want to change. Fill in the blank. Okay, we can slowly just let go of our brief mini meditation. Open the eyes. And if we want to stretch the body, we can. Whatever feels good, just kind of coming back. I want to thank you all for joining me today, and hopefully we can all start on a path of changing something that we desire. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to always reach out. I'm happy to help in any way we can. And our social media at Zesa Wellness, YouTube, Facebook, all of those. We're always putting out tips and tricks for you guys to practice mindfulness throughout the day, and especially when you're at work. Y'all have a wonderful day. Be well, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.